Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. Good evening, America. Today, I introduce you to a new Department of Homeland Security. Today, America, I introduce you to the Legion of Doom. I didn't leave that in there. I couldn't breathe there for a second. Alright guys, today we're going to review, as Devil's UK2 calls him, Sexy Lexi! Or Lex Luthor. Yeah, Leo once said that, called him Sexy Lexi in one of my comments. So, Lex Luthor. This is a request from Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope I'm pronouncing that right. 887. This brother has commented a couple of times on my videos, and this recently they commented on, like, they wanted to know how can I make a Lex Luthor figure? Which figure? So here we go. And also Stu Murray, he commented that check his video down below on his custom Lex Luthor. He uses a slightly different body, which I'll talk about here too in a second. But he just made we kind of tag team video of our custom Lex Luthors. Check his channel out. He's a great guy. He's great. Alright, so here we go. As Leo calls him, Sexy Lexi, or the President of the United States. That's cool that Lex Luthor at one time was the President of the United States. So, this was obviously a custom. I used the Clark Kent body. And so let's just show Lex Luthor real quick, the one I used. This is on the older suit mold that Mattel uses. Not the Movie Master size, but these are regular DCUC size. Their legs are much much longer. And I don't like how fat his tie is. That's very out of date, man. Come on, Mattel. No, I'm just kidding. So, reason I chose this body, because I had a Clark Kent that had some really bad paint apps messed up on his face, and I had an extra Lex Luthor body, which we'll go over this here in a minute, why that guy's like that. And so what you do for people who wants a custom Lex Luthor body, so you either get any kind of, if you want to use a Movie Master suited figure or a DCUC suited figure, all you do is you get a hair dryer, and then like, let's show, for example, Clark Kent. You get a hair dryer, and then you just, you try to raise their head as much as they can, and for about 30 seconds, you just do the hair dryer right about here, underneath his head, to loosen the plastic up. And you might want to wear gloves or something so your fingers don't get burned, because I always burn my fingers. Some people use hot water, but I'm afraid I'll mess that up. But hair dryer is easier. You just turn it on, of course, on the highest setting, go woo, and then you gotta be careful though. Just pop his head off, and then you get the other figure, and then you do the same thing. Turn the hair dryer on and go woo, right underneath it where there's some of this, right here in this little slot there, and pop the head off, and then you just swap the heads out. That's all you have to do. It's very easy. Yes, I have broken a couple figures, unfortunately, because I didn't use the hair dryer long enough, or just it already had a weak neck. peg, whole peg. For example, this custom Bruce Wayne Batman. So, you know, all I do is use the hair dryer, you know, and get underneath his neck and go woo, and then eventually just pop his head off, and that's what it looks like. And kind of creepy without his head. But then you get the other figure, same thing, woo, and then you just really quick while the plastic's still hot, you just put it back. You just put it on there, and there you go. Custom figure 101. Pretty neat. And this is from, if you're wondering, this is a DC Direct Unmasked Batman series, Secret Files. Stu Murray, Stu just did a review on the Superman one. So check his channel out. Check his channel out. Check his channel out. Did I mention to check his channel out? You say that long enough. If you say that long enough, that sounds weird. Check his channel out. 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 So, I mean, what I like about this one, the reason I chose this body is because his head matches his neck. Good. I mean, those DC superheroes line use this more a darker skin color. Unlike the movie masters, they use a brighter skin color, and so it just matched better. If these figures weren't so expensive, I would take a shot of painting. Oh crap, that scared me. I would take a shot of painting Lex Luthor, but I'm not gonna take a chance on it because this Superman Clark Kent body was pretty kind of pricey, in the upper hundreds. No, I'm just kidding. Wasn't that pricey, but I won't take a chance. Let's do a size comparison with Clark Kent and Lex Luthor. Size comparison. And the only problem is Clark and Lex Luthor are wearing the same suit. That's not cool. If I was going to paint this, I would paint this a black, because I think that would look spiffy on him. But I do believe that Superman is taller than Lex Luthor. And unfortunately, with this figure I chose, unlike Stu's Lex Luthor, they are the same height. Not Movie Masters, the DC Signature Club Infinite Earths Black Mask would probably been a better choice of suited bodies, but I didn't go for that either because that's quite expensive too. And his tie is different. But but then I would have to try to match the paint on his neck, because Black Mask, his neck is all black. And you would have to swap out the hands. Same principle. Use a hair dryer. Those hands will pop off. And which I've never done actually, but I seen a video somewhere down the road where someone popped those hands off with a hair dryer, and you just stick the hair dryer right there by his hands and go woo. And then about 20-30 seconds later, it'll pop off. So, Stu used a Harvey Dent body, and you can actually see there is a size difference in Movie Masters with DC Universe Classics suited bodies. But this is my Bruce Wayne, and he does have this weird neck thing going on, like he's kind of hunched over there. He's like, what? What? So, but in scale with Bruce and Clark, it looks kind of cool. So here we go. Here we go. See, Bruce and Clark look kind of cool, because I just imagine Superman being taller than Batman. Well, I'm getting all my guys out for this one. And my default Batman here is the same size as Bruce Wayne almost. So Bruce puts the boots on, makes him a little bit taller. So this is my favorite Batman. And so this works out. And I pretend I'm Bruce Wayne at work, so I'm short guy. So this works. Anyway, let's go back to Lex Luthor. And I don't think we need to go over articulation. Well, let's go over articulation. His head can, well, let me use Lex Luthor. His head can move at 360. Don't want to do that. I don't want to kill the president. And then his hands go up, and bicep swivel, wrist swivel, knee articulation. He has this ankle. Oh, hey, it worked. I never could get these ankle articulation to work on the suited figures, but it works. He has a loose leg syndrome. One leg is kind of loose, but it's not too bad. So let me show you the Legion of Doom. Alright, here is the Legion of Doom. Alright, so Legion of Doom, Legion of Doom. There's one thing you need to know about the Legion of Doom. Legion of Doom. Okay, anyway. So, Lex Luthor. And you're probably wondering who these guys are. I always pretend that, if he was the president, his Secret Service would have, like, LexCorp armor body protection. He wouldn't have regular guys in suits. He would have his LexCorp people protected him. So, this is just generic man. He just some Joe Smo in a LexCorp outfit. And what I used here was Ra's al Ghul's mask that he comes with from the movie Masters. And I used a SHIELD agent's helmet. It fits perfect on Lex Luthor's head. So underneath there is a Lex Luthor, but he is now just regular trooper. And then we go over to her. That is, in the cartoons they have, and I don't think she's in the comic books, but in the cartoons, his right-hand person is Marcy, his bodyguard. And so this is my version of Marcy. I used a Marvel Maria Hill head, and she has that little top piece on her ear to her mouth. And granted, the suit is bulky, so it would hide her female parts, so it would look just like that. It's a unisex outfit, I guess. So for me, it works. I'm not too sure where I've got 2 pieces of regular green kryptonite. I'm not too sure where I got the extra green piece from, but that's pretty cool. So she's holding the kryptonite in her hand, and that's from either the Brainiac series or maybe when I bought one of these extra Lex figures. Maybe it came with it. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while. So I really like Lex's face sculpt. He looks pretty sinister. And let's go over here. Let's move him out of the way for a second. And then we have my Sinestro in the Legion of Doom, but I prefer this yellow costume over the Jester-looking costume from the actual comic book or the cartoon. And then we have Brainiac. He has a piece of red kryptonite in his hand, and he has the kryptonite gun right there, which was a piece of green kryptonite. So I have 2 pieces of green kryptonite. There's Cheetah. And then we have Bizarro back here. I think this one's from the DC Superheroes line. It looks much bluer on camera, but it's really dark blue. That's kind of weird how the camera's picking that up. But yeah, this is Bizarro, which I got him not too long ago, loose from a store in Oklahoma City. I really like him, but he does have some QC issues. But I think because whoever had him before, I think that was a well-played toy. A kid must have had him, but hey, it was like $3, so you can't beat that. Will you still love me? Bizarro. And then we have the bigger collect and connect pieces. Really, these are collect and connect pieces. Really, they are. Hey, they are. Anyway, so this is Solomon Grundy Mad. I like him. He is cool. I need to do a review on him. I bought him quite a while ago, and I never did a review on him yet. I'm really surprised. And then we have Giganta. She's awesome. I can't believe my friend from Norway, Andy Mead, has given me a Giganta. That's such a hard figure to get. And so, out of my Legion of... Thank you, Andy. Out of my Legion of Doom, I'm just lacking the Gorilla Grodd. Let's see. Scarecrow. I need a Scarecrow. And I need a Black Manta. And those are kind of pricey figures, so I'm just waiting at the right time to find them. I don't want to pay what they're asking for right now. So I think those are the only three I need. And then I'll be done with my version of Legion of Doom. Oh, I forgot Riddler back here. Riddler, this is a DC Direct Arkham City Riddler. And he just looks washed out, and he looks like that guy at Denny's that you see at midnight drinking coffee, but he's spitting up blood also. He looks like that guy. You know what? We all have that guy in our hometown, don't we? I mean, he just looks washed out. And that's why I like he's a little bit tall. But did I talk about Toyman? Toyman's over here. But he's about the same Toyman and Riddler are about the tallest figures. But they're almost, I wouldn't say out of scale. They're really tall for figures. Probably a 7-inch size, but yeah, Riddler looks like that guy at Denny's. You see at midnight or 2 in the morning, drinking coffee, spitting up blood into his napkin. Yep. All right. So you can either get a Lex Luthor in a armor, LexCorp armor, or you can get a Lex Luthor from the Gotham City 5-pack. From the cartoon, he looks like just like what he did off the cartoon. Or you can combine, get a suited figure. You probably want to go, if you want to go the cheap route, get a Movie Masters suited figure, and then get one of these loose. These guys are pretty cheap. These armor Lex Luthors are pretty cheap. You can get them pretty cheap on eBay. And like I said, just get a hair dryer and put it underneath his neck for about 20 seconds. And then you're done. So then you have a suited Lex Luthor. Alright, guys. Oh, what happened to my voice? Alright, guys. Alright, guys. Well, my next review is going to be a big one. You'll love it. I promise you. Stay tuned. And like Casey Kasem says, keep your hands in your pants and your feet up in the air. Bye.